I mean, I did not expect a time skip. It's like a ton of interesting stuff happened, and then for most of the year, nothing happened. Is that what I'm supposed to believe? What about the Somomo asebi thing? Or what's going on with the princess? Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back with another episode of Yatagarasu. We come back as we normally do with notes and a board, so let's go ahead and hit up that board. Where the board changelog, I have changed the white line between Atsufusa and Rokan and the prince to red. I connected Natsuka and Rokan to the prince with green lines, and I updated the family board to represent the new Yukiya info, which I will then go over later, because I have a note about that. So, yeah, I guess let's go ahead and hit the notes then. You know, I'll even just skip ahead. This is literally my last note was referring to the board. I'll do that one first. The board really does help me put everything together on the family side of things, reorganizing to accommodate the new info about Yukiya's relationship to Genya made me understand that the dead highborn woman that Yukiya was taken from was that second daughter of Genya, meaning Yukimasa was cheating on Azusa with her. Had to have been given the ages of his sons. Now all we need is for Genya's first daughter to be either Turo's wife or Hamio's mother, and the majority of the entire main cast will have been related. I say that only because Asebi is now not technically related to anybody. However, her mother was attempting to be in a relationship with the Emperor. If that went anywhere, that could be a thing. Of course, her mother might also be the first daughter. Who the fuck knows at this point, right? But yeah, back to the beginning of my notes. So the person standing in the background of the shot with the princess was clearly Takemoto. Her outfit and outline are unmistakable. The way the scene pans back to make her visible would seem to imply something about her presence there, but I'm not sure what it could mean exactly. Takemoto works for the Empress. The princess is a daughter of the Emperor and Azeoi. Sorry, I don't know how to say this one. Azeoi? Tell me how wrong I am. Sister of Akira and father to Masho no Suzuki. There doesn't seem to be any clear benefit to messing with her, unless maybe it's the connection of the princess and Asebi that's being monitored. Given Somomo's death and Asebi's possible connection to it, perhaps. It just occurred to me that I had left Atsufusa off of the family board and that he's technically Toro's nephew. So wouldn't that mean that it's possible that he is Hamio's brother and son of the former Lord and Lady of the South? Given how Toro treats him and suggests that he's low ranking, I'd have to assume it would be due to what happened to Hamio's parents, and thus not Yazumi's kid, for example. For now, I'm going to add him to that family line and treat it as true. I also believe that the princess flash of the Karan incense being used to kill someone was Azoi, which would further that connection of Atsufusa being related to the people that killed her. In my mind, anyway. Sorry, I said princesses. I meant to say prince is. I, for some reason, wrote it without the apostrophe. Apologies. How could Atsufusa possibly have planned for as much of what he did this episode? He gets into a fight with Rokan, gets injured enough that he can play off that injury in a meeting with the prince to set up a trap to have killed him. But was there a different pre-existing trap already laid out, and this turn of events just changed the circumstances of it? Sorry, here in the future, I know that I've forgotten already that they planned to choke him out, I guess, with the Charon incense, set fire to the place, and blame the smoke for him passing out. So, yes, there was a pre-planned trap already. But to continue the note as written, I'm just questioning it as the only thing that let Atsufusa get away from Rokan was a random bolt of lightning, something surely outside of his ability to predict. In nearly every case, he should have died to Rokan, so there clearly couldn't have been a plan for this. Unless everything we heard and saw was a double bluff, and Rokan was actually in on it. Remember that Natsuka and Rokan were present for a burning village in one of the early episodes, and that was never explained. Unless that was actually a flash forwards to this, maybe? I get that Atsufusa had the presence of mind to tie up the prince in Samoyo, but it's still beyond me why he didn't just kill them there. I feel like the only reason he hesitated was in case Yukiya made it out alive and told anyone what happened. But I think your ability to deny it by the prince still being alive is not even a defense. At this point, you are essentially screwed on the being discovered front. At the very least, if this was truly for Natsuka, then you might as well just accomplish the mission and slit some throats. Then deal with the Yukiya situation where possible. I still think it's funny that I went with Rokan as the go-to, as even with all the time in the world to think about it, I still don't think I would have put together the whole Natsuka is actually an ally thing. I'm just too dense for that one, so by luck alone, I would have survived. I think this is the first time we've gotten the prince's name, Nazuki Hiko. Sorry, again, first time I'm saying it out loud. I typed it a bunch, didn't say it once. And my final note here, just a follow-up note to a previous note, Natsuka blames himself for the Atsufusa situation getting as far along as it did, and Rokan says it's because he didn't trust him enough. For some reason, that reads to me like a red flag. That Rokan is one of those people that Natsuka gathered to his side that just so happens to have proven themselves loyal at this time. But it feels like they could still be implied to be someone that supports Natsuka over the prince. Right? I mean, I don't feel like it's an insane thing to put out there. Well, anyway, I don't think anybody has changed anything on the board. So, I mean, location-wise. Actually, no, wait. I think I actually did move Atsufusa from the south to central. I think that's the only real change, though. So, other than that, nothing left to do but hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
12 years ago.
その子をたる日で育てたところで所詮は豪長の次男坊。むしろなぜあの時自分を手放さなかったのだと後々恨まれるかもしれんぞ。あずさも苦労を背負い込むことはない。自分の腹を痛めた子ではないのだし。
Yeah, but I appreciate that they did raise him as his own. But we're not going to address the fact that I guess she's died at this point because he's old enough to look like.
Yukiya, お頼み申します。案ずるな。この子は中央で我々が立派に育てよう。
Oh wait, this clearly doesn't come to pass though. Sorry, that kind of hit me right there for a moment. It doesn't matter if you give birth to him. He's called you mother, your mother. I mean, to be fair, the real mother died too, so. Wasn't it implied that he was taken from the real mother? So why would they try and take him from her to go to Central? Yeah, it's pretty easy to figure out when the title drop is going to come. I'm thinking the element of not going back through my previous notes before starting everything. I could have sworn the element was that he was born to a highborn woman, which clearly he was. He's the second daughter of Genya. But the idea was that he was taken from her, and then she died of, like, heartache or something. You know, the normal thing that they accuse people of dying of when they don't know what happened. I guess depression can be a cause of death, but whatever. My point is, I thought that's why she died. But why would she be taken from her to be then given to a lower... I guess it's his fault. Sorry, the father. It's his fault because she couldn't be known to associate with him, so that's why she was dragged there. But then why would they try and drag him back to Central? I mean, granted, that probably would have been better for him, but we got real emotional there in the moment, so he stayed. But they even just said there's now the possibility for a succession dispute, even though I don't think Yukiya's going to do that, because he truly does love his brothers. So I don't think that's going to come to play at all.
二人とも出て行ってしまったぞ。一体ユキヤは何を怒ってるんだ。
やってしまった。つい興奮して。ユキヤに執事の話は鬼門だと名月彦から聞いていたのに。
Because he didn't know.
そういえば自分だけ母親が違うとか言ってましたな。
ユキヤを産んだのはホッケの姫だが、兄と弟は今の育ての母の子だ。つまり着手である兄よりも弟のユキヤの方が上位の血筋を持っているのだ。
That doesn't matter, not to Yukiya.
周りがほっとかん。しかしどこかで聞いたような話ですな。
こじれなきゃいいけど、名月彦のやつ頭にバカのつく正直者だから。
お前はいかんのか？
いや、あの雰囲気だし、どう見ても俺の出る幕じゃん。
Remember, Samuyo is constantly hiding from Rokan, so this is a weird dynamic that they have.
って無視か。
なぜ黙ってたんです？前から知っていたんでしょう。僕がホッケの当主の孫であること。
言うのは得策ではないと思った。
得策？
最初に会った時お前は私にタルヒのユキヤと名乗った。
I guess it explains why Genya is constantly regarding him, but...
私の出方も変わっていたろう。
つまり僕を利用しようと思ってはいたわけですよね。
否定はしない。
僕を使って何を企んでたんです？
ホッケとの橋渡しだ。私たちは味方を必要としていた。4家の中で最も危険が少なく手堅いのはホッケ。
I don't know, they kind of seem like the same as all the other houses at this point.
1年と少し前、私が遊学から山内に戻ってきた頃だ。
1年。つまり夏香様は宴の時にはもう僕のことを知っていた？いや、もしかして僕を下見に？
そうだ。ボンクラという噂もあったからな。お前が使えそうな子供か見極めてみようということになった。
I mean, he did show up to the banquet manipulating everybody. Yukiya, I mean.
最初から僕を引き込む計画だったんですね。カズマラのことがあってもなくても。
そうだ。
タルヒから離れることを僕が死ぬほど嫌がってたってあんた知ってましたよね。なのに僕を連れてきた。あんたたちの都合で、ただホッケ当主の孫という理由で。
I mean, let's be honest here.
そうだ。
You've done more important shit here than you would have done up north. RKO out of nowhere.
バカ、また母上を困らせる気か。だって兄上、こいつらが。なんでやっかい者。みんな言ってるぞ。次男坊は面倒ばっかり持ってくる。いなくなればいいって。気にすんな。
ユキヤをよこせと言っていた連中が
今度はユキヤを着手に据えようと。
着手は長男のユキマです。なぜそんな乱暴なことを。
Yeah, I mean, this feels like pointless meddling.
今からでも遅くはない。ユキヤを養子に出そう。
あなた。
いずれ一族を巻き込んでの跡目争いになる。いや、もう始まっているのだ。
Yeah, but I mean, Genya's the one that seems to be starting
な
that.
ぜあの人たちに振り回されるのです。あの子は災いの種などではない。なのにどうしてユキヤを信じないのですか。
I mean, clearly this is what started his whole I support my brother fully thing.
他にも守らねばならないものがあるのだ。
あんたみたいな奴らに僕の家族はどれだけ苦しめられて。坊ちゃん、勘弁してくださいよ。ごめんごめん。
Trying to look incompetent, so... Yeah, so you don't seem like a threat.
兄を追い落とし、自分が豪長になることぐらい考えてるかもしれねえな。
やべえ、お家騒動だ。
ボンクラジナ。
I mean, it explains the anger.
ボンクラジナ。
お前が全力か全力でないかそんなことに興味はない。要は私の役に立つかどうかだ。私は無能だし、うつけと呼ばれても仕方ないと思っている。だけどね、ユキヤ。これでも人を見る目は確かなつもりだよ。お前は絶対に私を裏切らない。
Again, it's not like he's...
なぜな
I
ら
guess he has lied from a mission of truth, but...
お前にとって価値のあるものを敵が用意できるとは思えないからだ。
He hasn't directly lied. He's just admitted the truth.
それらしいこと言っちゃって。結局誰でもよかったんじゃないか。別に僕でなくたってホッケの血筋でさえあれば。
お前な、自分を不憫がるのは勝手だが、他人が気を使ってくれないからと文句を言うのはただの八つ当たりだぞ。
そんなんじゃ。
まあ少し頭を冷やせ。別にかばうつもりもないが、若宮殿下の言うことは。
I mean, yeah, you just kind of escaped an assassination attempt. You can kind of tell that things are a bit more important now.
その骨肉にホッケの血が流れているのは紛れもない事実だ。
そんなこと分かってますよ。でも僕はそれを利用されて平気でいられるほどずぶとくはないんです。あなたこそ汚れ役ばかりやらされて周りから憎まれてる。夏香様にいいように利用されて悔しくないんですか。
私か利用価値があるなら喜ばしい。
Yeah, I kind of would have figured he likes doing the jobs he gets. So.
わからんか。よし。
何すんだ。
殿下。
離せ。
こいつに合わせたい奴がいるんだが構わないか。何？時間はかからない。
お前に任せよう。
I'm just glad when they said, you better cool off, that he can just throw him into the water. Because I assumed that's what he was about to do. Alright, it's going to be a teacher situation or a prisoner situation. Atsufusa?
誰かと思えば。君のおかげでこのありさまです。夏香様には何としても金運になっていただきたかったのですが。
Okay, you know, I'll be honest, I legit couldn't remember if he died or not, so I didn't mention it at all.
大したことはありません。そんなことより、何か私に用があるのではありませんか。
あなたは最初から若宮を金運にするつもりはなかったんですね。
すべて私の独断でやったことです。夏香様は一切関係ありません。
Kind of like the first guy that Rokan killed.
だってあの人はずっと裏で若宮と繋がっていたんですから。
Maybe not so great to tell him that unless we're planning to kill him immediately.
厚房殿は夏香様ご自身も金羽になることを望んでいるとそう考えていたんでしょ。そんなあなたを夏香様は利用したんだ。その忠誠心をあたかも自分が若宮と敵対していると見せかけるために。その結果あなたはあんなことを。どうして笑ってるんですか。あなたは怒っていいんだ。心から信じていた主に裏切られたんだから。
重ねて言いますが、夏香様は関係ありません。
I mean, that's been told us from the beginning.
主にしようと決めたのは他ならぬ私自身なのですから。
That Natsuka takes no actions, so he can't be blamed for anything either.
最も金羽にふさわしい方でありながら、それを享受されようとしない。私はそれがもどかしくて仕方なかった。だから代わりに動いて差し上げたのです。一番の中心として。
I mean, it also goes towards the point of probably the best person for the job is the one who doesn't actively want it.
様が若宮と通じていたことも私はとっくに知っていましたよ。ロコンごときが気づいて私が気づかないわけがないじゃありませんか。私は失敗したけれど、いずれ皇后様が必ず若宮を殺す。
Because the Empress is the main bad guy.
という過ちを犯した夏香様を皇后様は広いお心でお許しになり、金羽の座にお付けになる。
Because he's her actual son, unlike the prince.
祝福することでしょう。歓声が聞こえるようです。そばにいるのはお世継ぎを胸に抱いたなでしこ様。そして
Right, we met her before, but I couldn't get a screenshot for some reason. So is this a meeting about delusion?
それはもう叶わないけれど、いつか夏香様も懐かしく思い出すことでしょう。自分のために命を投げ打った真に得難い忠臣がそばにいたことを。その名を厚房と。
忠臣なんかじゃない。あんたは夢を見ているだけだ。
He did say that. He did say that right from the start, though.
君もいつかわかる時が来る。この宮中で生きていれば必ず。
I'm not exactly sure what we're supposed to have learned from that other than delusion.
厚房は下級貴族の家に生まれて、出世を望みすぐ壁に突き当たった。朝廷では彼の血筋は軽んじられ、それはどんな努力を重ねたところで報われることはないのだと。だからわずかな希望にすがった。それは南家一の姫、厚房のいとこにあたるなでしこの存在だ。もしなでしこが金羽の妃になれば、
God damn it, that's gonna be more of the family board for me to try and put together.
ものとして扱われる。しかし南家はなでしこを東電させず、代わりに送り込んだ浜湯は私の暗殺を果たせぬまま逃走。
残る手は自分で若宮を殺すこと。
Oh, right, yeah, it can't be Hamio. He can't be Hamio's brother, because Hamio's not... Oh, no, he could still be. But we're talking cousins to the other one. No, I think I'm still right. He can be Hamio's brother. I think Hamio's brother... Sorry, forget my doubt.
理想の物語をすり込んだのだ。あるいは花町で私を襲わせた和道も。
結局誰でもよかったんだ、厚房は。夏香様でなくても夢を叶えてくれる主なら誰でも。
ロコンが言っていたよ。元は厚房も生真面目で家族思いの普通の青年に過ぎなかったと。
何なんだ朝廷って。
厚房は氷山の一角だ。朝廷では正気を保つのも容易ではない。
It's core politics. Especially now with the 3 girls at the palace right now.
そして私が
Literally, one of them has gone insane.
それでもユキヤ、私はお前が必要だ。ほどなく私は名実ともに金羽となる。
I mean, technically, you did take down the Emperor in front of a bunch of people.
今度はお前自身の意志で。
約束通り春までは禁獣として使えます。だからそれまで返事は
I mean, I don't think you want to rush back up north again, considering
わかった。
it very much will become a succession contest. Oh, I guess we're just implying that time's passed. We're not even implying, we're showing it. I mean, that's basically been a year.
東電の儀からもう1年。
婚姻矢のごとしですな。あの日は若宮を迎えようと4家で主演を設けたところがすっぽかされて。
今日は何家がすっぽかしか。
Well, yeah, but they don't have any representative here anymore.
あれほどの騒ぎを起こしては。
しかし宗家も情けない。何家のごまかしを受け入れて処罰の一つも与えないとは。
何家の繁栄は血と金と謀略によって築かれたようなものだ。
Each house has its specialty.
兄の寝首を弟が平気で書く一族だぞ。今さら驚くことでもあるまい。
これは大胆な。少しお酒が
And he does have that blush.
おお、大胆といえば腹黒が当家のお家芸でしたな。天真爛漫な姫を送り込み、一体何を企んでなさる？
Asebi's gotta be a fucking assassin. Like you said.
アキラ殿、そのくらいで。
これは失礼。北領の酒がうますぎまして。まあ、玄也殿もあれこれ裏で手を尽くされたようだが、最後に勝つのはこの再起。この宴席はいわば私の前祝い。お二人は苦い酒にならぬうちにせいぜい楽しむ。
Or you know, to incapacitate yourself before something big happens.
まあまあまあ。
I admit, I did not expect a time skip. It's like a ton of interesting stuff happened, and then for most of the year, nothing happened. Is that what I'm supposed to believe? What about the Samomo Asebi thing? Or what's going on with the princess?
Asebi. 久しぶりですね。こんな華やかな宴。本当に。あれからずっと息が詰まるような日が
I
続
guess
いて。
literally nothing has happened for the majority of the year now. Oh, the princess. It's like, wait a second, there shouldn't be 4. It's not Hamayu, is it? I mean, blue hair. And of course, no hint because the mask stayed on the entire transformation. How did it stay on in post-transformation? No. Okay. That explains the wind. Well, the Kinyu could have done that, right?
若宮様、お待ち申し上げておりました。
That also explains how Takemoto is not here fucking cutting off his head.
姫君並びに女房の皆様方、お待たせいたしました。今から若宮殿下が妃をお選びになります。
Still, it's fucking crazy to me that we're just jumping to this. I guess it's also kind of gonna suck if you're the Southern House and he's landed in front of the other two ladies and you're just off on some of their side wings just watching this happen. Yeah, for some reason I thought that could have been Hamio, but then the element that he goes wing beat and then all the wind goes and it's like, oh, of course that makes sense. The Kinyu seems to have some sort of supernatural, massive power. So I say that with my only other evidence, the fact that he can use his words to unlock a door. The two things, they equate in my head. But yeah, no, I mean, it's real weird. Halfway through, we just time skip. I have to wonder if there is source material to this. I don't know if there is or not. If that covers that time span? Because, we kind of like, how many months? Like 1 month, 2 months that we spent where all the shit happened? And then all of a sudden we time skip for, 8 months? And I'm supposed to believe that there weren't more assassinations, or, well, I guess if Atsufusa and, was the only one, mismanaging all that shit, and then Rokan is taking care of the rest, then the message might have gotten passed down the ranks that anyone else who's acting on their own behest is getting their heads cut off. So, yeah, maybe.
春竹縄の大家具、3人の姫君の前に若宮が降り立った。満開の桜の中、ついに若宮殿下の妃選びが始まる。闇に隠された真実を残して。次回、妃選び。
Obviously, pretty cool Rokan scene there. Obviously, I think the thing is he going to choose asebi? Asebi is the only one at this point. I believe I'm right about the first daughter is actually going to be in the loop somewhere on the family tree board that I came up with. I think that makes asebi the only one outside of that, other than her mother having a thing for the emperor at some point, but that's neither here nor there about putting her into the loop with everybody else. So, I think also she's playing her role as kind of an innocent idiot fairly well. Granted, I have said the entire time that I think she's faking it, that she's an actor, and that she's going to turn out to be the true assassin despite what Hamio was up to. So I think that the prince is going to fall for that, and then now we're going to focus on that element of what's going on the intrigue side. Granted, could be wrong. It could be, what's her name, Western girl, Mashu no Suzuki. I think she's my second runner-up on who would be picked. Not for any other reason other than the fact that she seems fairly genuine, and as much as Akira seemed a bit odd there at the meeting between the three lords that showed up, I don't know that he's got a plan. Everyone else seems, to be fair, this would be halfway in. We could be learning about everybody else's plans at this point, and this will just be the insert for that, or that everybody else had plans about the pre-choosing phase of all of this, and now everybody else's plans is about to kick in about the post-choosing phase, or the Empress is about to be up to something. really would have been fucked up if the prince showed up, transformed, and then Takemoto just jumped down and decapitated him. Her, click a question before the element of how quickly she decapitated, what was his name? Shiratama's love interest. And it's like, that seemed like on purpose. And then she didn't even move when this mysterious person showed up. So either it was planned out ahead of time, or so yeah, I mean, I think the most interesting thing of that is that they did another family connection thing about Atsufusa being related to Netsuhiko as a cousin, right? But we already knew that Atsufusa was Toro's nephew, and that Toro is the brother of Yazuma and the Hamiya's parents. So I am thinking that, as I said before in my notes, that Atsufusa is not going to be Yazumi's son, but is going to be Hamiyo's brother, which still then makes it true that he would be Natsuko's cousin and Toro's nephew. So I think that's going to be that's going to hold. That the board is going to stick. Other than that, I still have to figure out who Kie is the son of. Because remember, Kie is the lineal grandson of the Lord of the North. Meaning that he could either somehow be Yukiya's actual biological older brother, or he could be the son of the first daughter. Or there could just be another connection I'm not aware of. But either way, he's the lineal grandson of the Lord of the North. So, I mean, that's why I've got them on the dotted line on the board, because I'm not exactly sure where that's going to go. Otherwise, this was a pretty much emotional-based episode of Yukiya and his understanding of his position in things and how he's been used and how he's going to come to terms with that. Otherwise, I didn't really get the point of the conversation that he was meant to have at Atsufusa, because to me it just reads as like, look how delusional he was, how self-interested he turned out to be at the end. But I don't know how that applies to what Yukiya was going through. So in that respect, I guess I'm going to have to get that in the rewatch. Maybe I'll be more thoughtful when it's just me watching, taking notes, rather than just doing the reaction bit. As always, every episode of this is like a Game of Thrones for me. It's amazing. I love it. So yeah, once again, as always, appreciate the suggestion that there was to watch the show. For now, though, I think it's a wrap up for this episode. As always, I'll come back with notes. But I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?